myself. Oh no, give me that sound. Oh, I gotta go like Cobain. 8 years to the grave, gone insane. My blood got propane. How you gon' go and throw my name with shame? Already cross-faded, making it to the disco. I hate it, and you know how this goes. You framed it, picture painted in my room. This that real life shit, not on Zoom. Got the scene in it.
Make sure you subscribe to JerCrispy.
What's up, y'all? It's your host, the most, that's the most. JerCrispy, welcome back to another video. The mini toxic relationship of Lil Yachty. I saw this, man. I was like, damn, we gotta watch this because you know Lil Yachty is known for the channel, is unknown in the channel. I'll be watching shit, so let's see. Hey, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow our social media. Gonna pop on screen. Yeah, let's get it.
Throughout his career, he's actually been in multiple controversial and toxic relationships. Whether it's beefing over women with other rappers,
right,
getting called out by multiple female artists for being a terrible partner, or getting labeled as a deadbeat by the public, there's a lot to unpack about Yachty's past. So here are the many toxic relationships of Lil Yachty. The first actual relationship.
I think I'm gonna go to the bottom with this. The bottom with that one. I should get a green. Y'all think I should get like a green screen? So I don't have to be moving and nothing like that. I think I should get a green screen. That's just me though. I feel like I think I should do it. Getting a green screen and shit like that. I ain't lying to you though. Shit.
Yachty's past. So here are the many toxic relationships.
Damn, wait, restart the shit, bro. Hold up, restart the shit, bro. Let's get it, bro.
Even though Lil Yachty's sexuality has been questioned throughout his career, he's actually been in multiple controversial and toxic relationships.
Who is that?
Whether it's beefing over women with other rappers, getting called out by multiple female artists for being a terrible partner, or getting labeled as a deadbeat by the public, there's a lot to unpack.
That's the internet for you, man. They gonna love or hate you.
About Yachty's past. So here are the many toxic relationships of Lil Yachty. The first actual relationship we know of Lil Yachty's was all the way back in 2014 with Mariah Buckles, who most of you may know as the Atlanta singer Mariah the Scientist. From what we know, the two met whilst they were in high school but didn't get together until they were in college. And once the two were at college, Yachty's music career started taking off, where overnight he became this really rich and famous kid, with Mariah not really knowing what she could do to show him love. So she decided to write and record 2 songs for him and put them on an MP3 player.
By the time I got to college, we started dating a little bit or whatever, and I felt like his career was like taking off and he had all these things and I didn't know what to do, like, or what I could give him, because I was just a broke college student. And so I thought, well, he likes music, I like music, let me make him a song. And so that's what I did. I made him 2 different songs, and I put them on an iPod and I gifted it to him. However,
Yachty refused to listen to them because he didn't want to trash on her.
And he told me he did not want to listen to it because he didn't want to. He said, I don't want to join you, so I'm not listening to that shit.
And even though their relationship didn't last long, from that point onwards, due to Yachty now living this newfound rapper lifestyle, this is actually how Mariah began her career, as she had also played these 2 songs to her friends who pushed her to take this music stuff seriously, with most of her early work being written about her time with Yachty. Her second EP.
And after that, do we ever hear from these chicks again? Like, that's what I just be wondering. Like, if I have a baby mama, and you know I'm like famous with this YouTube and rap shit, would you ever hear these females again after I get down doing what I'm doing and having a little army? A little dude coming around this bitch. Real.
Master was dropped on the 23rd of August in 2019, Lil Yachty's birthday, with the entire album being about their relationship. On Not a Love Song, Mariah would say, "My mama said you made the Forbes list," with Yachty in fact making the Forbes, the top earning hip-hop acts of 2017, list at number 20. On Thanks for Nothing, "Changing on me lately, we only wanted the fame," confirming that their relationship was in fact affected due to Yachty's rise rise in popularity. And even years down the line, Mariah would continue singing about Yachty. On the song Brain, released in the June of 2021, she would sing, "Wonder if I seemed insecure. You were making music for your teenage tour, and you came home from the studio, and you found me on your bathroom floor. I just couldn't take no more." With this being Mariah referencing Yachty's tour he went on in 2017, called the Teenage Tour. With it seeming like in these lines, Mariah is talking about their relationship started having issues due to Yachty spending lots of time away as he was becoming a famous rapper. Now unfortunately their relationship wouldn't end on good terms, as Mariah said in her track Beetlejuice, "Could you lie to my face and then you'll say that even Jesus forgave, and do me wrong and to your amusement I'll buy your excuses." It's clear Yachty wasn't very good to Mariah, which he would eventually admit to himself in an interview with Shannon Sharp in 2025.
Yeah, I was a shit person to her, so and she was really great.
At least he admitted though.
So I get it. She was a great.
Cause you got some guys, they just don't admit when they assholes are dickheads. And so, a prize to Yachty for actually admitting that he was a dickhead at one point. I mean, I think everybody was a dickhead at one point.
No, man.
Did she make a song about y'all when y'all were dating?
I don't know.
You do know.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
You ever met her family?
Have I met her family?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Where's this going?
She got
I'm
a
so
sister though.
Overall, we don't have much information about their relationship, as it literally wasn't public knowledge until Young Miami asked Mariah about it in a 2024 interview.
Damn.
However, from
Oh, she's still
Mariah's lyrics and what Yachty said in his interview, it was clear the fame and money got to Yachty, which meant he sort of abandoned Mariah, even though he claimed she was nothing but great for him. But hey, at least he had the decency to own up for his wrongdoing.
Facts.
Like most rappers.
Like I just
And
said.
the next relationship we'll be delving into is probably one of the weirdest things I've seen, as it seems like Yachty was obsessed with a woman who he had never met. Actually, in the modern day, this is probably quite a common thing now, especially with all these OnlyFriends chicks. Anyways, in the April of 2016, Yachty would drop a song on SoundCloud titled India Oh Love, plainly named after Instagram star India Love, in which he declared his love for her. And this wouldn't be the first time Boat declared his love for India on a song, as in the December of 2015, on a track with Playboy Carti titled Run It, he would say, "India love on my wish list." However, this was just a celebrity crush for Yachty, as at this point in time, the two had never met before. Boat was this new kid blown up from his hit One Night, whilst she was already a stamped internet celebrity. In the following months, in the October of that year, rapper Soulja Boy would post an Instagram throwback photo of
Soulja Boy Thirsty. That nigga Soulja Boy messy as hell, saying, and they said, "How this, your girl, when I've been rocking with her before you, how is she your girl? We've been rocking for years, and she." Yes, your post picture. Oh, I forgot you never even meet her before. I love you. Damn, son. Look how Instagram used to be back then. Just kind of crazy.
him and his long-term partner,
Damn.
India Love, which he would caption talking about how much he misses her. And Yachty would see this, which led to him messaging Soulja Boy to take down the post, as India is his girl, which is obviously kind of wild. Yachty has never met this girl, but is acting like she's his girlfriend. Soulja Boy would also post a text message between him and India, where she claimed he had never met Yachty before. And to round it off, Soulja would post a video where he would threaten Yachty and also tell him not to get himself hurt over a girl he's never met before.
Boy, stop playing with me, ass. You know I'm having 2 condos in Atlanta, nigga, and a mansion in Atlanta, nigga. And you know you just got robbed. Don't make me exposed. Don't get smoked. Boy, don't get smoked over a little ass kid beefing over
So my nigga Soulja been talking that shit. So like I'm thinking, oh, Soulja just now talking shit. No, this nigga been talking shit. Damn. Okay.
I swear to God, I'm having 150 shooters in Atlanta. Damn the address. Fuck you talking about?
To which Yachty would send out a tweet in response. I'm not for beefing over no female. All I'ma say is effing with the boat, you gon' sink. Period. So I'm not really
Yeah.
sure what
That's a good response.
It seems like he was just bored and wanted to annoy Soulja Boy, and he would continue with his trolling antics. During his performance at Marla Luna Festival in San Antonio, Boat would rock the stage wearing a shirt.
Is she texting someone behind your back? A single Spokio search can help you find out who she's messaging.
That
Hey, that's clean though. Pray for Soldier Boy. R.I.P. Aha!
Boy RIP 2007 to 2016 and rapped F Soldier Boy you a bitch ass fella. Lil Bo came in with 100 fellas effing on your bitch. I know that you mad. And look, the two would continue going back and forth on social media, sending shots back, with Soldier even making a diss track. However, a short time later, the two would actually come together and make peace, with Soldier Boy claiming him running out of weed and lean is what caused him to lash out at Yachty. Now, even though it seemed like he didn't want to share India, and India claimed she never even met Yachty, well, eventually, Bo would get his wish, as Yachty would invite India to star opposite him in the Diplo-assisted Forever Young video in the August of 2017, just around a year after claiming she was his so-called girl. Shot in some sort of carnival, the clips show them racing go-karts, sliding into pools, and sharing cotton candy. Probably a manufactured first date, but something that he had been fantasizing about for a while. But eventually, Yachty would come out and admit to the public in that same year that his crush for India was old, and he no longer had the same feelings for her.
You just was arguing over India Love not that long ago.
I'm so old.
I know, but it
Man, fuck the Breakfast Club.
wasn't that long
No,
ago.
but I'm telling you, it's old. Old and fire.
Never meet your idols. Show them
Hey,
more
but my crush would never get old and retire. Glorilla, it's for you, my baby.
never meet the chicks you fantasize about online. Which really wraps up the India love portion of the video, and honestly shows us that if you have an internet crush on a woman, such as, I don't know, Ruby Rose or Sophie Rain, well, as long as you're rich and a famous rapper that makes music about them, hey, you can make your fantasies a reality. Next comes a relationship that caused Yachty many problems in his career, and even drama with a former collaborator. Lil Yachty would allegedly begin dating City Girl JT around 2018, after the City Girls had signed to Quality Control Music, who Bo is also under contract with. It's not exactly confirmed how the two met or began dating, however, with them both being signed under the same label, it would seem likely that they met through music. But not only was Yachty dating one of the City Girls, but also writing songs for them. One day I was in the studio with my best friend Earl, and he played the beat and said, write something for the City Girls, and I was like, okay, and I just did it. With this being Yachty talking about how he wrote the City Girls breakthrough song, Act Up.
One day I was in the studio with my best friend Earl, and he played the beat, and it's like, write something for the City Girls, and I was like, okay, and I just did it. And people, I was since, and when it came out, and they were so like shocked, and they didn't believe it. And it was like, I wrote the whole song.
Oh my God.
Except for JT's last verse. I went in the booth, and before I went in there, I said, no homo, y'all. All my boys were in the room.
With this song becoming a viral hit, peaking at the number 26 position on the Billboard Hot 100, with Yachty even playing a big part in the music video, playing the newsroom anchorman. But it would actually be around this period that things got weird for their relationship, after JT started her 24-month sentence for credit card fraud in the June of 2018. Meaning,
Damn! JT? What you got going on?
of course, she can no longer see Yachty. And it seems like Yachty wasn't really interested in seeing her in the first place, as after JT served her sentence and was released, she would reveal on an Instagram live that Bo didn't write her or see her while she was away.
Did you write? Did he write? Did he send mail? Did he
Hell, motherfucker, nah, that's gonna mess. But he just answered the first ring. He answered the first ring, though.
With that being pretty much all we had seen of Yachty and JT, nothing serious, however, played a major role in the success of the City Girls. But randomly in 2020, the entire situation was brought up again by JT's current partner, Uzi Vert, who tweeted at Yachty in the September of that year, saying, Lil Yachty, where you at? You know what you did in 2018, with an angry emoji. To which Yachty would respond with, confused, what I do? And Uzi would reveal what he's actually talking about, JT. With it seeming like Uzi was upset at how Yachty cheated on JT and overall treated her back when they dated. Honestly, I'm not sure why Uzi tweeted this or why he is concerned about something That happened
They've been
quite a couple years back. But
exactly.
honestly, Uzi and Yachty don't have the best of relationships, so he probably just wanted a reason to call him out. Now, after JT, Yachty would get into another relationship, this time with fashion designer and influencer Solange Enriquez. The two would begin dating around 2019. However, just like all of Yachty's past relationships, most of it would be kept private until it was over, with the only real key event that we got from this relationship was in fact that the two actually had a child together, as in the October of 2021, Solange would give birth to their daughter, Varsity. Now again, Yachty would try to keep this completely private and didn't mention it at all, which honestly is a pretty smart decision. Personally, I don't think it's right to bring children into the media and spotlight from such a young age. For example, look at what happened to Carti and Iggy. Their son Onyx has a tragic digital footprint before he was even a year old. Now, unlike the deadbeat Carti is, Yachty was actually there for his daughter's birth and has a very close relationship with the mother. During an appearance on the podcast Going Mental in November of 2022, Lil Yachty said, "I'm really thankful for her. You know, she's a really caring and understanding woman. She's not troublesome." He said, "I tell her all the time, I'm really appreciative for her, you know, because it could have been something else, right? So like it's teamwork, it's a partnership." Again, I don't think this is very usual to see from a rapper. A lot of the time they end up having beefs with their baby mothers and being fleeced for like 100k per month for child support. And honestly, I'm not hating, because if I was a woman, I'd probably do the same thing. It's free money. However, unfortunately for Yachty, being a good father and keeping your child away from social media somehow led to people thinking he's a deadbeat and doesn't see his daughter, which he would respond to in a 2025 podcast episode.
He do be seeing his child though. He be posting up on the ground and all that shit. What the fuck the internet be talking about?
It's just like, it's just the whole thing with my kid, right? Like I deal with, it's another narrative that.
Turn your pastime into your full-time. Your personal style.
That people think I'm a deadbeat because I don't post her. You I don't need the validation.
Right.
You know, it's something like, man, my child will go back and forth and butt heads on, but I don't need I don't care. I don't need no one to like the picture. I don't need no one to tell me so cute, looks just like you, twin. I don't need that. I see her. I can look at her and see that we look alike. I don't need you to tell me. I don't need you to tell me.
Yeah, he posted. I think he posted at least about twice. One time, twice, and I think he deleted it after that shit.
I don't need the world to know.
And I don't give a...
Now, moving away from Yachty's daughter and back to Solange, well, the two supposedly didn't last long and broke up shortly after they had their child, being relatively similar to Yachty's past relationships, being completely private and only lasting for a very short time. So this final one is a bit of a weird situation, as no one is 100% sure if the two even dated. However, the majority of fans think they did because of how passionate their has been, and with the fact she once even called Yachty out for not being able to last one round.
You're running, you're scared. He's scared.
Shit, y'all tell Caribou if she want a real nigga, come fuck with a real nigga named Lil Real Baby.
And that's your president. That's who.
Let me stop playing. Hey man, hey Caribou. You wanna be friends? Hit a nigga up on the ground. Lil Real Baby. You feel me? LUKEVILLE_BABYY. 2 Y's. Lil Real Baby.
Even last one round. Like
whether she meant in the bed or in the ring, I don't even know. But anyways, Caribou started off her career in the music industry as Lil Yachty's assistant. However, after being fired, Cara needed a new career path, which is when she decided to try out rapping, where after her first song, she would end up getting signed by her former boss, Lil Yachty, to his newly founded Concrete Boys Collective, where things would get off to a great start. They would have this on-the-radar freestyle, where Cara would steal the show and go insanely viral. They performed at festivals together and even dropped a collaborative Concrete Boys album, making great progress as a group in such a short space of time. However, as we all know, easy come, easy go, because shortly after Caribou went viral for being this next up-and-coming female rapper who is stealing the show in a male group, suddenly in the July of 2024, they announced she's in fact leaving the Concrete Boys Collective.
We have split ways with Cara as far as this concrete. I have nothing to say, nothing bad to say, nothing negative to say. I wish her the best.
Now, the way they announced it seemed like they left on cordial terms and had no issues with each other. But from
Right.
this point onwards, it would pretty much be a year of back and forths between Yachty and Caribou. As the issue
Facts.
was, even though technically Cara left the Concrete Boys Collective, on paper she was still legally signed to Yachty, meaning he owns a percentage of all the money she makes and has say or control over her career, which didn't sit right with Cara. But not only was Cara stuck under Yachty's label, she would also start sending out subliminal tweets aimed at Yachty and her former group, the Concrete Boys.
Yeah.
Which of course probably annoyed Yachty, as he gave this girl a career, which led to him completely exposing her, with the most notable thing being he wrote her on the radar freestyle.
Damn.
This moment.
What are we talking about, bro? What the fuck? I've given you a career. I wrote every verse you've done. That's why ain't no music came out since you've been left.
Shit.
You ain't got no music, because you can't rap. I wrote that verse when we went on the radar. I put you last on purpose, so everyone would say, who is that girl? I slowed the beat down. I put 808 specifically on your verse, so when it got to your part and the beat dropped, everyone would be like, oh, the girl is the craziest one. I wrote that verse the night before we even went on the radar. On my phone. Bro, I got the voice, I got the reference. What the fuck are you talking about? You ain't never wrote a song in your life.
Now this caused serious controversy, as she was of course having her songs written for her, which is severely looked down upon in the rap space. So from that point onwards, she would be clowned for her writing skills, and that now without Yachty to write her songs, she will fall off. But that wasn't it. Yachty would also expose her for being a terrible person, supposedly spitting on people, and being 900k in debt.
You on here lying, talking about some we bully you? That shit got me f***ed up, right? You got me f***ed up, bro. You disrespectful, bro. You talk to people crazy. You tell people that they are nothing. You tell people you gonna spit on them. You tell people they poor, and you talk to fucking label crazy.
I mean, we already heard this. If y'all watched that old video, it's down there, old video. So we gonna still watch it though.
Claim I was stealing money from
for
you?
y'all refreshings.
Bro, stealing money from you how? Stealing money from you how, bro? You ain't no money, bro. See, this is the problem with you new artists. Y'all get popping online, and then you become more popular than your actual music, right? You $900,000 in a hole, and I got every receipt.
Damn.
$900,000 concrete in a hole. I got every and I'ma post it. I dare you, try me. Try me, I'ma post it. And I'll post how much money your streams are made.
No.
Pretty much every month from the day she left, she would go on a new rant or crash out, talking about how she's trapped, can't drop music, Yachty is a terrible person, he's lying about her, and Yachty won't let her leave the label. Now, according to Bo, she is in fact allowed to drop music. She just doesn't want to because Yachty takes a split of her profits, which to me seems fair. He made her famous by spending probably up to hundreds of thousands on clothes, promotion, transport, and studio sessions just for her to try and get herself out of the deal for free. It's not really fair if you ask me. Why would Yachty invest his money into someone and not return any money back? And for that person to then say they're holding them back and so on, well, you signed the deal and now you have to carry out your deal or get someone to buy you out of it. Now with all of this arguing back and forth, fans really started thinking to themselves, there's got to be more to this than just two artists arguing over a record deal, which is when people theorized that they dated and had a pretty tough breakup. I said when this went down that I genuinely think she broke his heart, with people even saying that the reason Yachty is being so-called petty and not releasing her from the deal was because she dumped him and now he feels some type of way. Honestly, I'm not too sure. I don't want to sit here and make claims that they dated or they didn't. What we do know though is Cara signed to Yachty. He invested a lot of money, time into her, even writing her songs, just for her to try and get out of the contract for free. Is it morally wrong to keep an artist on a contract they don't want to be in? Sure, I guess, if we want to be nice. But again, it's not like she's not allowed to drop music or she doesn't have control of her career. She does. But anyways, she agreed to sign it, agreed that you need to pay back the money they spent on you, because that is how a label contract works. You need to pay back your advance, which includes all the money that is used for promo, travel, and studio money.
That's why you don't want to be, that's why you just don't be a, what's it called? A signing artist. You be an independent artist, and then once you find a good label to sign with, and you could get money, you get 50 well, they get less of the profit. Like they only get like at least about 20% of the shit, and you get the rest of 90% of that shit. My nigga, what 80%? Yeah.
And so on.
Then you
Because
straight.
labels, they're not giving out money for free because they're feeling nice.
Right.
They're trying to make money. It's a business. They need profit. I mean, over the entire situation, it really seemed like Yachty wasn't trying to get involved at all because he really doesn't gain anything by arguing with Caribou. However, most recently, after Cara out of nowhere started talking about his daughter, Yachty would come out and reveal that he is willing to let Caribou out of the contract as soon as she gives him all his jewelry back.
How does this shit get resolved? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I think...
Bro, it's resolved easy, bro. I get my shit. I signed the deal. I don't speak about you. I haven't spoken about you. I won't speak about you. See what I'm saying? She just said that he added more shit to the deal. You damn right I'm adding in there. Stop speaking on me. Because every day I wake up, you're saying...
Okay, so if she gives you your shit back, if she gives you your shit back, and agrees to not speak on you, like, we don't need to know the deal terms.
I get nothing. I'm not here to... I get nothing from this. I'm not in this to hold her up. It's not like I'm getting any money. It's not funny to me. I don't like get a laugh out of it. I get nothing from this.
So yeah, overall a weird situation. Did they date? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. The theory that she dumped him and broke his...
Shit, I feel like they did it. Ain't no real chick. Ain't no chick gonna say you only lasted one round. It's time to play. That type of shit. Like a chick telling me, oh, you only lasted one round. Round 2, fight. You know, or somebody call back shit, niggas. Ain't no planet of doing. You know, if you know, you know. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow our social media. They pop up on the screen. See y'all when I see y'all. Lay up to the bottom of my heart. And to the next one. Out, my niggas.